Dogs are remarkable creatures, full of love, loyalty, and quirks that never cease to amaze their human companions. But have you ever wondered if there's more to their behaviors than meets the eye? It turns out, dogs have their very own secret language, a fascinating system of communication shaped by instincts, emotions, and centuries of bonding with humans. Some of their actions, like putting their paw on you or tilting their head, seem adorable but random. But in reality, these gestures are packed with meaning. They're not just mindless movements, they're purposeful messages from your furry friend trying to speak to you in their own unique way. Understanding what your dog is truly saying can transform your relationship from merely living together to deeply connecting. It can also make training easier and enhance the emotional bond you share. So let's dive into the world of dog communication and discover what your dog is really trying to tell you, starting with something as simple as a sneeze. Section 1. The meaning behind sneezing. Sneezing in dogs is often dismissed as just a reaction to dust, allergies, or a whiff of strong perfume. And yes, sneezing does serve its primary purpose of clearing irritants from their nose. Whether it's pollen, dust, or even a strong-smelling cleaning product, a sneeze can help your dog eliminate unwanted particles from their nasal passage. But here's where things get interesting. Not all sneezes are created equal. Dogs also sneeze when they're excited or feeling playful. If you've ever watched your pup let out an exaggerated sneeze right in the middle of a play session, you've witnessed their way of saying, "This is amazing, let's keep going." And it's like their little burst of happiness. Now, while playful sneezes are harmless, there are moments when sneezing should grab your attention. If your dog is sneezing repeatedly and it's accompanied by thick or bloody discharge, that's a red flag. It could indicate something stuck deep in their nose, like a blade of grass, or a more serious issue like an infection. In those cases, a vet visit is essential. And here's a fascinating update for 2025. Recent research suggests that sneezing during playtime also acts as a way for dogs to release tension and diffuse overly energetic situations. It's their natural mechanism to say, "Hey, we're just playing here." This calming gesture helps maintain friendly and balanced social interactions, especially with other dogs. Section 2. Why dogs tilt their heads. Is there anything cuter than when a dog tilts their head and looks at you with those curious eyes? It's one of those classic dog behaviors that melt hearts everywhere. But why do they do it? One of the most accepted explanations is that head tilting helps dogs better capture and localize sounds. By adjusting the position of their ears, they can improve their ability to pinpoint exactly where a sound is coming from. It's almost like they're fine-tuning their ears to get the best reception possible. But sound isn't the only factor. For dogs with longer muzzles, tilting their heads may actually help them see better. Imagine having a long snout that blocks part of your field of vision. Tilting their head gives them a clearer view of what's grabbing their attention. Whether it's your face, a toy, or something interesting happening outside, there's another fascinating aspect to head tilting that goes beyond physical adjustments. Studies have shown that highly intelligent dogs tend to tilt their heads more often, especially when they hear familiar words or phrases. It's believed that they're processing what's being said, trying to make sense of it, and maybe even deciding if you're serious or just teasing them. As of 2025, new research suggests that head tilting might also be a learned behavior aimed at building emotional bonds. Dogs seem to tilt their heads more when they perceive their owner's tone of voice as comforting or playful, almost as if they're saying, "I'm listening and I care." It's yet another beautiful example of how deeply dogs connect with us. Section 3. Understanding yawning. Yawning is one of those actions that most people associate with tiredness or boredom, but for dogs, it's a whole different story. While it's true that dogs yawn when they're sleepy, they also yawn for a variety of other reasons that go far beyond fatigue. One fascinating discovery comes from a study conducted by Kyoto University, which found that dogs are more likely to mimic yawns from their owners than from strangers. This phenomenon suggests that yawning can be a sign of empathy. Your dog is so closely bonded to you that they unconsciously reflect your behavior. But there's more. Dogs often yawn as a way of coping with stress. For example, if your dog lets out a big yawn during a vet visit or in a loud, chaotic environment, it's likely a calming signal, a natural method of easing tension for themselves and others. This technique of self-soothing has been identified by canine behavior experts as an important part of their emotional regulation. What's even more interesting is the latest research from 2025. Studies now show that yawning isn't just about relaxation or empathy. It's also a way for dogs to reset their mental focus. Whether they're transitioning from rest to activity or trying to move from a stressful situation to a calm state, yawning helps them switch gears and stay mentally sharp. Section 4. The real meaning behind pawing. Have you ever been sitting around, minding your own business, when suddenly your dog gently places a paw on your arm or leg? It's undeniably adorable, but what's your dog really trying to say? Pawing is one of the most common ways dogs communicate with humans. It can mean a variety of things, from a playful request for attention to a polite demand for food or a bathroom break. In most cases, your dog is simply trying to interact with you, seeking your response in a friendly, nonverbal way. But there's a deeper emotional layer to this gesture. Dogs also use their paws as a way of seeking comfort. During stressful moments, such as thunderstorms, loud noises, or unfamiliar environments, they may place their paw on you as a way to reassure themselves that they are safe. It's their way of saying, "I need you right now." Pawing also indicates trust. It's a form of touch that demonstrates your dog feels secure enough to reach out to you. And as of 2025, researchers have discovered that dogs may also use their paws to initiate cooperative behavior or build social bonds. Similar to how primates use gestures to communicate friendship or ask for help, dogs may be signaling their desire to work together with their beloved human. Section 5. Why dogs lick other dogs' pee. All right, let's tackle one of the more gross but fascinating behaviors dogs engage in: licking other dogs' pee. As unappealing as it sounds to us, it's perfectly normal and even essential for dogs in their world of communication. The reason behind this peculiar habit lies within a special organ called the vomeronasal organ, or Jacobson's organ. Located between a dog's nose and mouth, this organ acts as a biological decoder, allowing dogs to gather a wealth of information from pheromones found in urine. Think of it as a canine version of social media, but instead of scrolling through profiles, dogs are sniffing and licking to gather details about other dogs' gender, health status, emotional state, and even diet. It's their way of learning about the world around them and understanding their social environment. This behavior is especially common among puppies. As they grow and learn the complex social structure of the dog world, they engage in this behavior more frequently. However, as their understanding solidifies with age, the habit tends to decrease. Interestingly, studies from 2025 have confirmed that this action serves as a critical learning tool for young dogs. It helps them pick up social cues and understand their place in the pack hierarchy. So, while it may look bizarre and even unpleasant to us, it's a highly effective communication tool in the dog world. Section 6. Destructive behavior when alone. If you've ever come home to find your furniture shredded, your shoes destroyed, or the trash can toppled over, you know how frustrating and confusing destructive behavior can be. But rest assured, dogs aren't being bad on purpose. There's always a reason behind the chaos. The most common causes of destructive behavior are stress, separation anxiety, boredom, and lack of mental stimulation. For some dogs, chewing or tearing things apart is a coping mechanism for anxiety. It's like stress eating for humans, but with way more expensive consequences. Separation anxiety is one of the biggest culprits. Dogs are highly social animals, and when they feel abandoned, they might lash out by destroying things. It's their way of dealing with loneliness and frustration. Then there's boredom. Dogs need physical and mental exercise to stay happy and balanced. Without proper stimulation, they might decide to create their own entertainment, often to the detriment of your home. To prevent destructive behavior, it's essential to provide proper outlets for your dog's energy. Regular exercise, interactive toys, mental challenges, and consistent training routines can all help channel their energy in healthy, productive ways. Excitingly, 2025 has brought some incredible new tools and technologies to the table. AI-driven pet monitors can now detect early signs of destructive behavior, offering real-time interventions and suggestions to keep your dog calm and engaged even when you're not around. Section 7. Shaking without being wet. Seeing a dog shake off water makes perfect sense. But what about those times when they shake without a single drop of moisture on their fur? Believe it or not, dry shaking is completely normal and can serve various purposes. Sometimes a dog shakes simply as part of their morning routine. After a long nap, a full-body shake acts as a sort of reset, waking up their muscles and preparing them for the day ahead. It's their equivalent of a good stretch. Shaking can also be a way of releasing excitement. Dogs often give a little shake before going for a walk, seeing their favorite person, or about to receive a treat. It's their way of discharging built-up energy to stay calm and composed. However, shaking can also indicate anxiety or stress. If a dog trembles during a visit to the vet, or when they're feeling overwhelmed by loud noises or crowded places, it's a clear sign they're trying to release tension. Interestingly, the latest research from 2025 has found that dogs may also shake to reorient their senses, especially after experiencing confusing or overwhelming moments. It's like a natural reset button that helps them regain focus and clarity. Section 8. Signs of health issues related to shaking. While most shaking is harmless, there are times when it's a red flag. Persistent head shaking, for example, could indicate an ear infection, especially if your dog is also scratching their ears frequently. Other concerning symptoms include vomiting, weakness, uncoordinated movements, or a sudden change in behavior. If shaking is accompanied by any of these signs, it's crucial to consult a veterinarian as soon as possible. Prompt attention can make all the difference in addressing underlying health issues. Understanding your dog's behaviors can be a game changer in strengthening the bond you share. From the playful paw on your leg to the adorable head tilt, every gesture has meaning. And learning to decode those messages can help you become the best companion your dog could ever wish for. If you enjoyed this breakdown of what your dog is truly trying to say, don't forget to hit that like button, share your own experiences in the comments, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the world of dogs. After all, every small effort to understand them better brings you closer to the happiest and healthiest relationship possible.